For this question, social media provides a common platform for people to express their views, leading to discussion and debates. Yet, this function is used to a small extent. In terms of depth, people expressing their own feelings is only considered as a simple and shallow discussion. They only comment emotionally or even leave offensive wordings to attack others. Seldom do people objectively analyze, and this shows that issues are discussed superficially and lack deep reflection. Also, discussion of one particular issue may be quickly covered by another one in a short time. People only focus on issues temporarily, and discussion thus may not be comprehensively thorough. Discussion on social media usually is narrow. In Hong Kong, public are divided into pro-government or democratic sides, and yellow ribbons or blue ribbons during umbrella revolution. Viewpoints among public are similar, and rarely can people provide a new perspective in discussion. Besides, according to confirmation bias, people look for what they like and trust. Therefore, they may usually discuss with those people having similar ideas, and gradually lack motive to understand and accept others' views. Discussion and debates are not effective. Despite different opinions, public's views are still mainly separated in the majority and minority. Since mass media is influential in shaping stances, many people may hold similar views, and those with different ideas may be marginalized. Discussion and debate aim to achieve consensus and solutions, but shallow and narrow discussion without respect aforementioned would only lead to more intense conflicts, failing to achieve effective discussion.
The anti-Occupy movement forms pages on social media. For example, Speaker Gong they shared news about Occupy Central. They want to inform public opinions opposite to those pro-Occupy opinions. They post the economic loss and social disturbance related to the movement to gain support from more people and to criticize the movement. They provide another angle to look at the movement. The government uses the social media to make public announcements and propaganda, but it is now lacking of public trust. Government departments set up pages on social media, such as the Hong Kong police, but it's rare for them to interact with people using the social media. It does not use social media to collect online opinions. The existence of the pages is more significant than their real efforts. In online world, people debate on the sharing of news. Few of them are rational and could express their fear peacefully. Uses of violent languages are common. Unfairness are also common after argues. Also, some people use social media to express their anger to the government. They may not want to bear the risk in offline movements. In offline world, people may join protests on streets. Irrational people.
So the third question is that would the Occupy umbrella movement have occurred if social media platforms did not exist? We may assume that it will still occur, but the scale would be smaller. It depends on the reasons from basically two aspects: the reasons of the movement occurrence and usage of social media during the period. Social media may offer extreme convenience for people to convey the information and know more about the appeals of different sides. However, it is not the appearance of social media which leads to the raising up of social movement. So the core question is whether social media is the main reason that caused this social movement. Actually, the appearance of social media should not relate to the root reasons for occurrence, but it is as a tool for the rapidly spread and long-lasting process. The rooted reason of the occurrence should relate to the long-lasting social injustice, government's inability, and special social and historical backgrounds. What social media plays during the movement, it is a tool to enlarge the scales, influence both sides' work, and properly organize the protesters and government's actions once information was known. In nowadays society, social media has already been widely used and become the major access for most of the people to receive social changes. So it could not be denied that the social platform released a difficulty before to call for support, gather protesters, convey information, and enlarge the influences at local and international level. Another influence by social media is the raising up of people's sense of belongings, as people may feel braver and closer when they know they are not the only one. The mainstream would not be easily caught without social media, and people would be harder to make immediately communications. It is the social media that make the movement larger and last for a long period.
Of the modern-day public sphere, in which social media plays a crucial role, and we will also talk about the improvements. So first I will talk about the strength from the following 5 aspects. The first is accessibility. We think there is less restriction if you want to use the social media, and it is also easier to access. So this will attract more participants in the public sphere. The second is about the conveying of information. We think social media enables quicker and even unlimited information to distribute in such a public sphere. This will mean different opinions from yours. And third is about the interaction between users. In a social media platform, you can understand the public perception towards certain issues simply by reading comments or how many people have liked a post. You are more encouraged to show your stance and share it with your families and friends. The fourth is about the atmosphere. We think easier access will mean more equality, and the less restrictions and censorship will make you feel more freedom to express yourselves. The last point is about how it will promote actions offline. We think social media provides an easier and more convenient platform to organize large campaigns offline to promote real changes in our society.
Then we will talk about the weaknesses of the public sphere formed by the social media. First, there exists rational discussion online because people have no tolerance towards different ideas. Thus, people have to be polarized whether to support it or not. It leads to the lack of cohesion to form consensus. Also, the confirmation bias is really obvious on the internet. The algorithm of the social media makes people mostly ignorant of the other side of the question. The excluding minor classes is really obvious in the public sphere because the elderly people tend not to participate in the online discussion. Also, the underprivileged classes are mostly exclusive from the public sphere. People in the social media tend to have a false sense of involvement because simply sharing the event does not mean that you participate in the political issue. The commercial nature of the internet companies makes them have no incentive to improve the quality of discussion, which is different from the old days. Then how can we improve the public sphere formed by the social media? First, we believe that by promoting civil education, we can enhance the ability of citizens' independent critical thinking, and thus we can overcome the bias. Also, we should reduce the threshold that the elderly people can participate in the public sphere too.
We also discuss other forms of improvement. We all agree that regulation is needed, but we don't think government or the companies which operate this platform would be appropriate as the actor. We are also considering the forms of regulation because we worry that it may lead to censorship and undermine the freedom of such an online platform. But we think that users can sign a community convention. For example, we all promise to be polite and don't violate the law in the public sphere. We also discussed the real name system and think that it is a double-edged sword. While it means that you are more responsible for what you say, it also means that it is easier for censorship, and it will also threaten the freedom of this public sphere. That's all. Thank you.